This is Sunday Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist, and we break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there hundreds of miles away is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button. That's what the kids say. So that's all I have for the boring intro. Let's get into this, Jeff. We're getting into the... What are we doing this week? What album, what band are we doing?
The Violent Femmes album by the band that's called the Violent Femmes.
That is correct, dude. This is their debut record. So we're going to get into our origin story with the band. We're going to get into our first impressions of the self-titled record. We're going to talk about our bangers, stinkers if we got them. And like I said, everything in between. So origin story, Violent Femmes. What do you got? Go. Oh, actually, we didn't do our top 10 Violent Femmes songs. Do we want to do it?
That's right.
Do we want to do it at the end of the episode?
I mean, we can just do it now.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's just do it right now. Yeah, so we made a top 10 Violent Femmes playlist. Each of us did. We'll just run through it real quick because we forgot to do it in the rankings episode, so you guys are going to have to deal with it. So, what do you got this week? Top 10.
Going 10 to 1. Number 10, Gone Daddy Gone. Only the Gnarls Barkley version. Number 9, Jesus Walking from Hollow Ground. Number 8, Look Like That from Birds. Number 7, American Music from Birds. Number 6, Country Death Song. Number 5, Girl Trouble from Birds. Number 4, Blister in the Sun. Number 3, Ugly. Number 2, He Likes Me from Birds. And my favorite, I think their best song is Kiss Off.
There we go. Very good. So only songs from 3 different records. That's
all you
fun.
need. That's all you need.
Okay. Settle down. Settle down now. I know you don't. So my number 10, is Added Up from the self-titled record.
Added Up.
Number 9 is Fool in the Full Moon from 3. Number 8, Never Tell from Hollowed Ground. What are you shaking? What are you scoffing about? Please don't do that. Not in my house. Number 7, Girl Trouble from Why Do Birds Sing. 6 is Don't Start Me on the Liquor from the album New Times. I know you don't agree with that at all. Number 5 is Telephone Book from 3. 4 is Blister in the Sun. 3 is Country Death Song from Hollowed Ground. Number 2, I Hear the Rain from Hollowed Ground. And number 1, Kiss Off, their best song. So at least we agree on that. At least we agree on that.
Something right.
I only say right things, so get the fuck out of here.
You say things.
You want to keep it up? Want to keep it up, bud? All right, so let's get into this. Origin story with Violent Femmes. What do you got? Go.
I like leaning more into like origin stories, not as this is the first time I ever heard this band, but more as like this is when it clicked. This is when it really hit me.
Mm-hmm.
When it really hit me was a neighbor at my mom's house in Buena Park. We called him Banjo Man because I can't remember what his fucking name was, but he played the banjo and he's really fucking. Actually, he never played when we first met him. He had never played the banjo in his life, and he saw us kind of like starting a band. And this is Ronald and Joe. And so then he bought a banjo to like kind of just hang out and jam with us or whatever. Mind you, we're 14 and he's probably our age now. He's our age now as he was then. So like I always thought like he's an old fucking guy, but like he wasn't that old. But by the time like I saw him again like a decade later, he was fucking good at the banjo. Like he never stopped really practicing and he got fucking good. So anyway, we were just talking about I don't know, just like music in general, and he was cool to hang out. We called him Banjo Man. We'd hang out on his porch across the street, and he would drink, and we just kind of like hang out and just talk music. And he loved the Violent Femmes, and his favorite record was Why Do Birds Sing, and he gave me a CD of Why Do Birds Sing, and it was signed by all 3 guys. And he's like, dude, check this out. Like I know you like kind of like the folky stuff. I know you like the softer stuff. You'll like this, and that's when it clicked. Like that's when I was like, holy fuck, that band. Because like we heard Kiss Off, and we already heard Blister, and then fucking that one from Beavis and Butthead. I forgot the name was already. But that's when it really clicked. That's when I really liked the Violent Femmes. Is when he gave me that CD, and I was just obsessed with Bird Sing until today. Like that's my favorite. That's my favorite Violent Femmes record. Like it's not even fucking close second. It's by far my favorite.
All right.
So there it is. There's my true origin story.
Okay. I mean, yeah, my origin story, I believe I heard Blister in the Sun at some point when I was younger, but I don't recall. But the moment that turned me on to the band was Kiss Off. Friend of the pod, Sean, he had a burned CD, just like he burned a mixed CD that we were listening to when we were just hanging out one day playing video games, and Kiss Off came on, and I had never heard this song. I never heard anything like it. And I was just instantly hooked, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was catchy as hell, and yeah, I listened to that song a lot. I remember I eventually downloaded the self-titled record, and I listened to that record a lot. And yeah, that's my origin story. Honestly, is Kiss Off, friend of the pod, Sean, old friend of the pod, Sean, and yeah, that turned me on to the band. And honestly, and since then, like I mentioned in the rankings, the only other records I've ever listened to have been self-titled and Why Do Birds Sing. Outside of that, yeah, I'm clueless. I've even seen the band live once in 2005, 2006, 5 or 6, I don't remember now. But yeah, I'd only ever heard those 2 records. So anyway, origin story. There you go. First impressions on Violent Femmes. What do you got?
So I don't know. First impressions of me listening to this album through and through wasn't until much later. It came out really early, and so by the time I got popular, it had already been out almost a decade, right? Like by the time like we picked up on it, and it was become just part of like normal SoCal music vernacular. It had almost been out 10 years, so it's kind of weird to say like, oh, I got into the Violent Femmes in the 90s because like they came out a decade before that. But that's really when like it happened, was like the late 90s for me, and it was the Kiss Off and it was Blister. But then getting deeper into the album, I realized this is a fucking great album. And I did download this early on in my music stealing career. And
I will say, I didn't get into them until like 2004. Like that's when I heard Kiss Off for the first time. I was like 2004. So I'll just I didn't say that, but yeah.
Anyway, it was in a lot, like not Kiss Off, but Blister's been in a lot of movies. People have covered it, even just like that little just riff, like people have covered it. So I was thinking about like if you could go back in time and just I don't know, fast forward and only pick out the parts where you probably have been in contact with the Violent Femmes. It's probably a lot more than you think.
Probably.
You ever think about that? Like
yeah.
If you could just fast forward and only pick out the times where like you've been in contact with a certain thing, like how many times would that have happened? Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it makes sense. And then all of a sudden it'll just click for no reason.
Yeah.
Then you'll just get it all of a sudden.
That band I saw live did cover that one fucking song, but I didn't know who they were, so I didn't know. But yeah. I mean, anyway, so my first impressions of this record is this is fucking weird, man. This is weird. I was very, very much into playing acoustic guitar before I was into playing electric guitar, even though like the song Eruption was a very foundational memory for me wanting to learn how to play guitar. But it was really like Dashboard, Chris Carrabba, like Death Cab, and then getting into like the Violent Femmes, like Kiss Off, and all these like chord songs were some of the first songs I learned how to play, including Blister in the Sun. But I'll get more into Blister because I've rich history with that song.
All right. So yeah, first impressions. I really liked the record at the time, even though especially like in 2003-04, I was very much into metal and punk almost exclusively. Like that's all I was listening to. I just didn't care for anything else at the time. But there was something about Kiss Off and this album that it really struck a chord. It was different. It was quirky. It was just odd, man. Just fucking odd. And I really, really dug it. So that's really my first impression, and it's just kind of grown on me over the years. And listening to it this week, I would have thought, prior to this week actually, I would have thought, oh yeah, this is my favorite record from this band. But no, Hallowed Ground. Hallowed Ground is, God, dude, that record is something special.
Good.
Wow, dude, that record
glad.
is so good. But yeah, Violent Femmes. I've liked it since the day I heard it. When I downloaded it illegally off of, it was after Napster, LimeWire, after Kazaa. I was using, I don't remember what torrent,
something like that. Wasn't that the
torrent?
pirate?
No, I was using Pirate Bay to download the torrent, but I was using a different client to actually. I think I was using SoulSeek at the time.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway, but it doesn't matter.
I never got into the torrent stuff. It's too complicated.
It's really not that complicated. It's really not.
Was it more complicated than just downloading through Kazaa?
I mean, if you knew what websites to go download the torrents from, like Pirate Bay. Like Pirate Bay was the big one before it got destroyed. You just go download.
Was it more?
It was literally
more.
You literally
more
just
complicated.
you just download the torrent, or you could do the magnet link. Just download. Let's say you download it, drag it into the program, into the application, and then as long as it's being seeded, it's just going to start downloading. Easy as that.
That's already. I don't understand. What
but
you're
literally,
saying,
that's exactly what Kazaa, LimeWire, Napster was. You were but it was all done within one application.
See, so it's easier.
It wasn't. I wouldn't say it's easier. It's just okay. I guess it is easier. Okay, you're right. I guess it is easier.
That's why I never got into the torrents, because there's at least one extra step that I just don't. I don't know how to do. I don't like computers. I've never been good with them. What do you want me to say?
I know.
Oh.
All right, let's get into this. Let's get into. Do we have any stinkers off this record?
No.
All right, very good. I don't either. How many bangers do we have?
I think I have six.
7?
I have 7. I have 7 bangers.
All right. Well, we're also doing the 2 bonus songs, "Ugly" and "Give Me the Car."
I did not list them as bangers because I thought you'd be fussy. So I was like, okay,
I listed them.
bangers.
I did.
Oh, then I have 7, 8. I have 9 bangers then.
Okay, I have 12 bangers. So there you go.
I've been trying my best to go harder at these and think like, okay, is this a true banger, or does it really, really like this song? And so a lot of these, 4 of these songs, right? 9, 10, 11, 12, 3 of these songs, I really, really like them, but I just don't know if I would list them as bangers. So there I am.
You can also just have fun.
I'm taking this a little more seriously than you.
You don't have to have.
You give 3s out all willy-nilly.
I don't.
You give bangers out all willy-nilly.
I don't give records 3 out of 3. No, I would not. A perfect record.
Oddly enough, Halloween, trick-or-treaters, Halloween over at the Ansett house don't get any candy because he's so busy giving out 3 out of 3s, he has no time to give out candy to children. So there's that.
That's not even a good joke.
Well, it's not a joke.
Not
it's fucking real life over there.
Not funny. All right. So, let's get into this. Since we don't have any stinkers or anything like that, let's get into our biggest bangers, our BBs. So what's your number 1 banger? Your 1B. What do you got? Go.
I mean, this isn't just my 1B. I think this is their best song. Even though I think Blister you can make an argument that that's their flagship song. I think Kiss Off is it should be their flagship song, or it's in contention to be their flagship song. Yes. But yeah, Kiss Off. It's my 1B. I think it's their best song. It is my favorite song overall. It's beyond perfect. It is beyond perfect. Yes,
I agree. This is my 1B as well. My number 1 banger. The riff itself is almost like a punk riff, or almost kind of like I don't want to say a thrash riff, but it's very punky, but just on the acoustic guitar. It's a killer little riff, and then it's just him just kind of singing, kind of like building a little bit, singing, just playing the guitar, and then fucking Brian comes in with that bass line, and it just blows into that pre-chorus. It's so good. I love it.
I mean, the entire song is great, right? If you took out the count up, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the best thing they've ever fucking done. But if you even if you just take out the count up, the song's still really fucking good. It's still great. The verses are different from each other, right? The first verse is its own thing, and then we get to the second verse, and now he's like, "This will go down on your permanent record." And he's kind of like having this conversation with himself. Oh yeah. Like the snotty back and forth, like what the fuck is this? And then we get that, and Brian's just going nuts, and Victor's in the back just playing just a fucking snare, but building like tension. And like, what is going on here? And then Brian's like, doing the bends, and then we all just we stop, and the boom, 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 boom. Like what the fuck is happening here?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you, man, that count up that is every single time I hear that, I get so excited, and I'm so happy to sing along to it, and it's so nuanced. There's little upstrokes here in the backbeat that Gordon throws in there. Like the way he sings is different, not just because we go 1 to 10. He doesn't just say the same thing the same way 1 through 10. He changes himself up a little bit.
Yeah, the stuttering too, the intentional stuttering. It adds so much to the tension of the buildup. I love it.
Man, just
incredible.
Dark and fucking somber, and then when everybody drops in, it just gets wild, and then everything.
It's a straight up punk song. It's a straight up acoustic punk song. It's crazy good.
Where do you come up with this kind of shit?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy, and it's because Like all three of these guys are just fucking masters of their craft. And like Victor DiLorenzo is one of my favorite drummers. Like he's been in my top 5 for a long, long time. I love it. I love it. I love how you can make so much noise and you can have so much nuance just playing the snare. And when I've seen him twice live, and the first time I saw him, actually both times at the old House of Blues, but the first time I saw him live, the first half of the set, he only had a snare. That was it. No cymbals, no his fucking thing that he had, which I wrote down what it's called. I can't remember what it is, but it was just a snare. I was like, damn, bro, like the guy can just build so much tension just using a snare.
I know. Yeah, when I saw that, I only saw them once. I saw them at Amoeba Music in Hollywood, and with friend of the pod Annie, and she took me, and because I wasn't really that big of a Violent Femmes fan Violent Femmes fan at the time, but she loved them, and Annie and I used to hang out. Fuck man, we used to hang out like every day, and so we went down there, and yeah, it was the same thing. Like Victor, he only had the snare. I only remember him having just the snare and the brushes. That was it. And then the other two guys, and they were just all lined up on this tiny little stage at Amoeba, and then just the fucking store was fucking packed full of people. It was so cool. But yeah, no, it's just you're right. He can create so much from just one fucking drum, and with the brushes too. Like just the nuance that he does with like the little brush and the sliding of the brushes, and I don't know, man. The guy is really
he's
underrated. Underrated.
Absolutely, he's underrated. Like we talk so much about how big drummers can get, right? Like how big things are, but like we get away from the fact that like all of our big bands that we love, like the Rush, the Neil Pearts, and everything, they came from a guy banging fucking percussive on a washboard or some shit, something so basic and elementary. Mm-hmm. But guys like Victor just never got away from that. He said, "How much sound can I get out of this?" And it's all about rhythm, and it's not just about like, can I just make things louder on the backbeat and quieter on the front end, but like adding like textures, like the brushes on the snare top, hitting the sides, a little bit of freestyle, and a lot of things he does. Just it's incredible. Yeah, it's incredible, and I love it.
It really is.
I love it.
And then also, we'll talk about his bass playing a lot, but Brian Ritchie's bass playing, I mean, the king of the bends. The king of bends, man. I mean, I've never heard of a bass player bend strings as much as he does, but he doesn't do it in an obnoxious way. It all just kind of flows and makes sense, and it's so much a part of his style, and it's and his identity, like everything. I can't believe it. Like it's like Zakk Wylde as a guitar player. He's known it for the pinch harmonics and being super obnoxious about it, but Brian Ritchie is the master of the bends, but I've never been annoyed by any of his playing. Yeah. Ever. The guy's incredible.
And because he uses like not exclusively, but he really, really tries to just use an acoustic bass all the time.
Yeah.
And both times I saw him, he used an acoustic bass the entire fucking show.
Same.
And so it's just if you play acoustic guitar versus electric guitar, you just know it's a little bit more difficult to get. It's just more difficult to play. And so when he's doing all these stuff, and it's not just like bends, it's not just like sliding, but he's playing kind of like intricate scales, and he's throwing things out there that are kind of like a little bit more complex. But then like when we talk about Bliss from the Sun, like his bass line in the chorus of that song is fucking unreal. It's amazing. But yeah, he's over the top in all the best ways. Yeah, his bends are nice.
I mean, they're nice perfect. Bends. They're just perfect. Nice he's a perfect bass player, honestly. He's a perfect bass player. Also very underrated. Very underrated, dude.
For sure.
But yeah, anyway, Kiss Off, just incredible. And so these songs were all written. So with this record came out when Gordon was 19 years old. Gordon is the primary songwriter here, and he wrote these songs when he was still in high school. So there's a lot of teen angst. There's a lot of sexual stuff going on here. A lot of depression, suicidal stuff going on. It's there's some dark shit here, some creepy, rapey kind of stuff too on some of these songs. I get it was a different time, but yeah, some shit that would not. People coming out nowadays. Yeah, we'll get into it later, but yeah, Anyway, so some context here, but this song is about being an outsider. Nobody really cares about him, and they could just fuck off. They can kiss off. The fans. Yeah, that's really what the song is about.
I was looking at I was looking at like Rolling Stone's best bass players of all time to see if they're top 50, because the best guitarists of all time, they have like 100 or whatever it is, but they only have 50 bass players, which is more than enough.
You don't need more than 10. You don't need more than 10.
But but Brian Ritchie is not in their top 50 of all time, which I think is crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
Wild. definitely severely underrated. But yeah, this is just, I mean, a lot of these songs are just teen angst. They're teen angst kind of shit, frustration. Even though this is like a childish topic that's been done over and over and over again, it's nothing unique. But we all go through it and stuff. So yeah. I think that's fine. And I think what makes this better than a normal just teen angst song is that every part of this is different, right? Again, like we talked about the verses. The verses aren't the same. It's not like second verse, same as the first, which they've done that. But it's like they're totally different verses. The this will go down on your permanent record verse is fucking entirely different than the opening verse.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
It's great. Yeah, and like comparing this to like modern music, over the last 25 years, it doesn't sound like it's copy pasted either. Like, not only is it just like lyrically different and the parts are different, but just like even parts that do repeat each other, you could tell they just played these songs all the way through. It's not like they were saying, okay, play the chorus. We'll cut that. We'll put that on tape. Cut the fucking verse. We'll put that on tape, and then we'll splice it all together. It sounds like these songs just flow all the way through. I mean, nothing about this seems manufactured at all. It's all very pure. I love it. And what I am curious about, the cyberbullying starts now. Friend of the pod, Skip. He is a bass player. Good bass player. Great bass player. And I'm curious if he actually likes the Violent Femmes, or if he's ever even heard the Violent Femmes, because he is from the country of Britland. So I don't think Violent Femmes would have crossed the pond and really kind of gotten over there. But I feel like he would really love Brian Ritchie's bass playing. And if he doesn't, then he's stupid. Yeah.
I mean, they were huge in Australia, which, I mean, Australia
bunch of convicts.
And New Zealand. I don't see the difference between any of them, but they're all the same. So I think he probably does like them. I don't know. Who knows? You probably think, oh, Gordon Gano's fucking voice is so fucking annoying. But it's just a bunch of like,
he's not David Bowie. Yeah,
just a bunch of Midwestern like nobodies who just came out during the punk era, the explosion in the early '80s, and made a name for themselves. And they never quite like recuperated after the late '80s. Like Sing came out and that was big, but I think Sing only was big because like their self-titled got big around the same time Sing came out.
True.
So I don't think the Violent Femmes ever got the recognition they deserved, even still to this day.
I would agree with you on that.
Which is why I don't blame fucking Gordon for trying to like throw his song in a Wendy's commercial. Like, dude, make your money.
I know.
Good Lord.
That was like a big thing. I think it was 05 or 06 when he did that.
Yeah, Brian quit.
Yeah, Brian Ritchie actually quit the band, sued Gordon for doing that. Couldn't believe he did it. And then they reconciled a couple of years later. And
it's like, dude, I gotta eat. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
and Brian got some of that too. Brian and Victor got some of that money too. I mean, I know they're not songwriters on it, but they still own some rights to it, so they got some money from that Wendy's deal. But yeah. Anyway, Kiss Off, killer. Let's get into Blister in the Sun, because that's another. I mean, where does Blister in the Sun sit for you?
It's my 2B. That's the only appropriate spot for Blister in the Sun to be, is a 2B.
Same here. I got ahead of myself. Wasn't sure if it was going to be your 2B, but it's also my.
Sure it is.
Yeah, it's also my 2B.
It's silly, but like this could be their best song. Like you can make an argument. I do think this is their flagship song. I think if you think of Violent Femmes, you think of this song. But I think if you played Kiss Off after this song, oh yeah, that song's better to anybody.
Yeah,
but it doesn't take away how great this song. It's perfect through and through. And like I think this is usually kind of like used as a gateway drug into the Violent Femmes. Like, hey, check out this song. Oh, that's cool. And then you play them all of your favorite Violent Femmes songs, and like, okay, people are like, oh, that's cool. I see where you're coming from here. It's hard to be objective with this one anymore. Yeah. Like I don't have like a fresh new take on this because I've heard this song so many times. Insert Tyler's fucking Southern California K-Rock playlist. They played this song so many times here.
Jeff, you grew up here too.
Go ahead.
You grew up here too. What the fuck are you talking about?
There it is.
But it's true. K-Rock plays the hell out of Blister in the Sun. They always have.
I didn't just listen to K-Rock though. You got Power 106 out there. You get the party station before it changed.
I don't listen to Power 106. I don't listen to Kiss FM unless somebody else wants to listen to it. I don't listen to it myself.
You listen to K-Earth.
K-Earth 101, Los Angeles. Damn jingles. But anyway, Blister in the Sun. Yeah, I mean this is their best known song, hands down. I think any rock radio station played this extensively throughout the years. And it's the drum part. It's the drum break. Just you get the big bass line and all that, and then dead stop, then da 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 da, boom do 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 do, ba 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 ba. It's just
fun.
It's so fun. It's so stupid.
And this is very telling of like traditional folk music, is we like to clap. We like to like.
That's okay. Yeah.
I don't want to like sing along to what you're saying because I don't know where you're going with your story or whatever. But like I do want to be involved in a lot of folk music. There's a lot of clapping, and like not necessarily this like upfront and silly about it, but this is very like folk music. This is very like Pete Seeger, Woody Guthrie kind of shit. Like the birth of American music. Like this is where it's at. Let's clap along, and they make it so simple. They only got to clap twice. Dun, dun. That's it. You can do the double time if you want, but you only got to clap twice. That's it. But like, damn, bro, this is such a simple fucking song. It's so basic. It's so stupid. But Brian's bass line in the chorus is just like, that's my favorite part of the song. With the doom, doo, boom, 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 boom. Like, what are you doing? Like, how do you come up with it's all just in the E, right? So like he's just scaling down from like the low E and then just scaling down from then that one little minor pentatonic scale that he's doing. But it's so genius in how simple it is.
I know.
That's what it is.
Fantastic. And the main riff is Brian. It's not even Gordon. That do 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 do. That's all bass. That's not even Gordon.
That's why he was so fucking mad. Because I don't know if I can't tell who wrote that riff versus like if they had the song already and wrote that riff, whatever. But that had to have been why he's so fucking mad.
Probably.
Because even though I think that riff is more recognizable, obviously, than just like people like the clapping part more than like that riff.
I would agree. Yeah.
I like the clapping part more. I like the riff.
I mean, everyone does. It's so fun to like when you're in the car, you go ba 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 ba, like you hit whatever, like the steering wheel.
Anything's around you. Anything that's around you.
And you get so excited. You get so excited that you hit it on beat on time.
This was the first song that like me, Joe, and Rudy formed like our band, and we had to been like sophomores or juniors. So before like we really got to like making better songs, and then Ronald was a drummer, right? Mm-hmm. Remember, like Ronald was a drummer, and then Joe was bass, I was guitar. But we played at their assembly at their school,
high school.
And I think at their high school, and I think Rudy sang for us, and Ronald was a drummer, and people liked Ronald a lot at that school. And
Ronald's charismatic. He's very likable. He's a very likable guy.
And the part of the song where like everyone gets their own little solo, right? Like the ding 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 ding, and the drum solo hits, right? The Ronald does his drum solo, and what does he do? He drops the sticks. drops the fucking sticks on the floor.
If anybody knows Ronald, that's a very Ronald move. Just anything that could go wrong with Ronald goes fucking wrong.
Always.
Yeah, as long as we've known him.
Yeah, so he dropped the sticks, and then when he did that, like me, Joe, and Rudy all looked at each other and started laughing, and the entire like assembly just erupted, and we're cheering and laughing. And then Ron grabbed him again and looked at us. Okay, let's go. And then we went back into it, but I'll never forget that. Hopefully, he goes to the Bouncing show with us so we can reminisce about this because it was so fucking funny.
I'm sure he'll go. He'll go to the Bouncing Souls show in December. By the way, if anybody is in Southern California, December, Bouncing Souls, House of Blues, Anaheim, we'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be square.
So I watched this video today about this song particularly, "Blister in the Sun," and it was the thing that Gordon and Brian were doing. They were talking about it, and they were saying that when they were playing a gig, or before the band was really existed, they played this gig, and it was just the two of them, and they invited Victor to come along to just kind of hang out. And when they were playing the song during the empty spot, that's where Victor came up with the da 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 da. It was complete, and Brian said it was completely impromptu. Nobody talked about it before. It just it just happened. It just happened naturally that Victor just like he just threw that in there. He wasn't even supposed to do it. It was just he was kind of like not even in the. He wasn't even in the band. He just did it, and they're like, "That's it. That's fucking it. This is the song."
Dude, a true percussionist. Percussionist. Like, let me just make noise, but like it makes sense.
And he doesn't do anything flashy. No, like fucking roll. Nothing. Just
that's all you need. That's all you need.
That's all you fucking need.
Less is more.
Okay, settle down.
Less is more.
Settle down. And then another thing in that video that I is interesting about this particular song is that the band wanted to put this song out as a single, but the label said no, absolutely not. There's there's no bass drum in this song. That's why we can't put it out, because there's no bass drum. Fucking wild. That is so stupid. But radio stations and people love the song so much that the radio stations would go against the record labels and play the song anyway, even though they weren't allowed to, because we all know radio stations are all controlled by corporations and record labels, but they would do it anyway because people loved this fucking song. But the label was adamant and said, no, do not do it because there's no bass drum in it. It's crazy.
This is leading into like the big like college radio taking over.
True,
and it's like REM got their starts, like college radio. So like college radio stations are going to play whatever the fuck they want to play, even though they are also to an extent an extension of like the big radio stations. But yeah, I don't know, and I don't fault the label for choosing the most generic kind of single to throw out there. Like, I got to make money. Like, I'm a label. I got to make my fucking money back on these kids that are just doing stupid folk music.
and mind you, this is 1983. This is 1983. So
yeah. So like the punk explosion is happening, right? And Black Flag is getting massive, and people fucking love it. And like the late 70s are already gone, and so now we're getting into a different kind of punk. And Bad Brains is throwing out records that are more wild and more kind of blown out sounding than like we have this.
Yeah.
What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
So yeah, Blister in the Sun. Great song. What do you have lyrically on this one?
I think about getting fucked up and just not caring about anything.
Yeah, pretty much. A loser gets high. Not a loser, but somebody who just gets high all the time. Just a burnout. That's what this guy is. Like a typical burnout teenager from the 80s. That's really what this is. You see that shit in movies, TVs, movies,
pretty
and
much
TV.
This entire record is just that. Like, I can't wait to get out of high school so I can fucking just do what I want. I'm fucking tired of people and relationships and fuck that girl. She broke my heart. That's pretty much like what this record is.
Yeah, it really is. All right, let's get into a few more songs. I do want to talk about the album artwork too. But let's get into a couple songs before that. All right, so let's get into our 3B. What's your third banger? Your 3B? What do you got? Go.
So like if I'm not doing bonus tracks, my 3B's Gone Daddy Gone.
Okay.
Otherwise it'd be ugly. 'Cause you're ugly.
Let's get into both. Let's do Gone Daddy Gone, and then we'll do.
I'm more curious to see if all your thoughts on ugly, and give me the car over anything else, I guess. But yeah, Gone Daddy Gone's my 3B for the normal track listing.
Okay, it's my 6B. Let's get into it.
Like, 6B is still good, but like, come the fuck on! This is such an absolute banger.
It is.
And you love all the xylophone shits and all that dumbass stuff.
Xylophone, marimba, I love that shit.
Like, that's the highlight of this. Like that, like that part is absolutely wild. But there's other great parts.
What is it? Would it be an ascension or descension?
Yeah, it's a descension.
It's a descension.
Descending. Okay. It's a descending riff.
Okay. I always get confused. Okay.
Ascending is like you're ascending a mountain. You're going up the mountain. So for instance, like, you know that song?
I know that song.
You know that song?
I know that song. I played it many times.
This is the. Oh, it's so stupid. This is the song where you really can hear Victor's, and then I wrote it down here. The Transiophone. That's Victor Di Lorenzo's signature tone. His stamp on music. I think it's pronounced Transiophone. It's essentially a steel bushel barrel flipped over a floor tom. So it hangs over the floor tom, and you hit the top of it to get a very, very distinct sound. And he used this when he was like when they were busking.
Yeah. Okay, I'm seeing this right now.
So a lot of his stuff, if he ever used like cymbals, it would essentially just be like a closed hi-hat and then a snare and this thing, a steel bushel drum or barrel over a floor tom. But
Transophone.
I
think it's just transophone.
Transophone. I don't
But
listen to
he created it. It was his own invention.
That's why I said it's his signature. It's his stamp. Like it's his thing.
Okay, signature doesn't necessarily mean.
I didn't say just signature. I said it's his signature. It's his stamp on music. This is his thing. You weren't listening. That's not a big deal.
Daddy chill.
But yeah, this dude. This song is fucking unreal. It's so goddamn catchy. It's so beyond catchy. It's absolutely great. Like I know I've heard the Gnarls Barkley version so many times. I'm tired of it. Listen to K-Rock.
I've heard this version more than I've heard the Gnarls Barkley version.
Yeah, they didn't play the Gnarls Barkley version on K-Rock. And the Gnarls Barkley version is fucking great.
It's great. Yeah, it is great. Yeah. No diss to that.
Actually, that first fucking Gnarls Barkley record is unfucking real.
Yeah.
So, if y'all don't like the fucking Danger Mouse aspect of neo soul funk stuff, check out the first Gnarls Barkley record. Can't remember what it's called, but it's really good.
Yeah, what is that called? Fuck. Dude, when I worked at Tower Records, that record came out, and that was like one of the best-selling records we sold. Was that fucking Gnarls Barkley record? That one, She Wants Revenge, Pearl Jam, whatever the Pearl Jam with the avocado, like the blue cover with the avocado in the center.
All those records are dumb except for the Gnarls Barkley record.
Yeah, those were so fucking popular. We sold so many of those records.
I really do
CDs,
I can't remember what that first record was, but it was that same era. But I really do like that, and I don't really like any of that kind of like neo soul shit. But like Danger Mouse brought like the psych rock to like CeeLo's Pharrell kind of singing.
Great vocals. He's a great vocalist. Great singer.
It's good.
But anyway, Gone Daddy Gone.
Yeah, anyway, Gone Daddy Gone's. Gone Daddy Gone.
Yes.
Killer song. That's stupid. There's not a whole lot to these songs.
No.
Like they're really great. They're fucking all kind of bangers. Some of them are beyond bangers. But there's not a whole lot here to like talk about complexity wise. So it's okay to just pass over them a
also
little bit.
the way that Brian plays the bass, or his tone on this song, there's like, I don't know if there's distortion on it, or maybe he's just hitting it really hard, the strings really hard to cause some sort of distortion, but he plays it very, very aggressively, which is cool. Maybe he's playing he normally plays with a pick, right?
Yeah.
He normally does, but it just sounds a lot sharper, maybe more distorted on this song. And then really, like we said, what makes sets a song apart from every other song is the marimba, xylophone, whatever it is he's playing. So
I think this is a xylophone, right? Xylophone is
it's a little bit higher, yeah, and it sounds a little bit higher, like a higher tone, higher octave than a marimba, and I think marimbas are a little bit lower. I could be mistaken.
I think one is just. I thought one was like how you play it, like what you hit it with.
Oh, the mallet that you use.
Depending, I don't fucking.
I don't know.
I thought one you hit it with, let's say a metal one or a rubber one, and the other one you hit it with like a plastic one. That's what I thought.
I think a marimba plays with like it's like the fuzzy ball at the end of the stick.
Yeah.
I think, but you have two sticks on each hand, and you hold it like a claw, like claws, and then you go. Yeah, like an idiot, exactly.
Because you look stupid when you do that.
You do, but damn, it sounds so cool. It sounds so cool.
But there's also the vibraphone, and what's the other one too? The one that's
vibraphone.
Like German. There's another one too.
Glockenspiel.
Glockenspiel.
There you go. That's a cool one too.
And chimes.
There you go. God damn, dude.
There's too many.
All cool instruments. I'm gonna buy all of them. I want all of them. Fill up my office.
It's like Animal Crossing over here. Just have a room full of stupid instruments you're never gonna play.
That's me, dude. That's me. Go. You see my warehouse?
You really are like fucking Animal Crossing. Like you have like real life animal. Just like buy. It's all cool looking shit though. Like it is cool looking stuff. It's just,
I have all those guitars. I have that 7-string guitar. I have that
sitar that's in the garage buried under garbage.
Yeah, I need to take that out. have the sitar, I have the mandolin. Yeah,
I forgot you had that mandolin.
Yeah, I got the mandolin, and I really, really want a marxophone. That's always been my grail is to get like an actual marxophone, OG marxophone.
You don't like a theremin?
No, well, a theremin would be cool. No, a theremin would be really cool. But my grail is a marxophone. God, those are so cool. Those are so fucking cool.
You could have a cool every time you come over here, we never played the accordion either. You could have a cool
I've never
music
played it,
room.
huh? I've never played the accordion.
But you have all your stuff in the garage packed under garbage. So,
I mean, so yeah, you saw my garage, and you the way you explained my garage, it's a fucking mess. First of all, but you said that it looks like somebody who tried to organize it and then gave up halfway through, because that's literally what happened.
Because the way it's stacked, like you can tell, like things are stacked nicely, and it's like, okay, like my garage is getting overcrowded, but I'm still gonna try and stack it. And then at some point, man, fuck this, and just threw shit in there.
That's exactly because I realized I had so much trash and stuff I'm gonna throw away, and I just got overwhelmed and I just stopped. I'm like, you know what, fuck this. Until I can get a giant dumpster, I'm just done out here. But
even with a giant dumpster, I'm not gonna fucking do all that.
I mean, it's easy. It's easy. I mean, seriously, half that garage is gonna be gone. And now that my ankle's better, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go.
Here we go.
So anyway, Gone Daddy Gone. Back to this song. Lyrically, it's about obsessing over a girl from afar, and anytime he sees her with someone else, he just gets super depressed. Really, just wants to kill himself, and probably wants to kill that other guy. And that's what we talked about earlier. This album is mostly teen angst and just obsessing over girls and sex. That's really what this record is about.
I read someone quoted somebody else. Like someone quoted Gordon at some point over the course of their career, and he said, this song's just about being out of high school and the love of being gone from that shit.
Okay.
Like, yeah, that's basically the same thing.
Pretty much.
Just being over it.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into, we talked about Ugly. Let's get into that. Where would this sit for you? If you added this, where would this sit?
This would be my 3B.
All right. This is my 4B because I did rank it. So let's get into Ugly. You put this on your top 10 favorites. Too.
I did. Yeah. Dude, this song is so fucking good. It's a good, goofy song. A little surf rocky, right? Yeah. It's quick to the point. The build to the chorus, like a lot of Beach Boys, like ooze there. Fucking so great. And like, get the fuck out of here. That chorus is so goddamn catchy. And like, you don't even care how bad you feel singing it, but it's so funny. You ugly, I'm telling you straight, and you why don't love you, then why? It's perfect. This is a perfect, goofy joke song.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you. It's a rock and roll surf with a lot of surf stuff going on here. It reminds me a little bit of Happy Days, like the Happy Days theme song. Actually, it reminded me of that a lot. But also, love the hand claps. The hand claps, the whole song, fucking great. They're kind of buried in there, but the hand claps are there. I love it. But yeah, just a straightforward, pretty rock and roll surf rock song. So had
you heard this and Give Me the Car before this week?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I heard these songs. Well, I don't remember Give Me the Car, but I remember Ugly. I definitely remember Ugly. But yeah, lyrics are a little wild. But I mean, the guy was 16, 17 when he actually wrote these songs.
It's literally just about like calling somebody ugly just because you're mad. But like, don't take it too seriously. It's not. It's a bonus track. It's not supposed to be taken seriously. It's goofy. It's a joke song. It's his I fuck grandpa. It's not a big deal. It's just cute and funny. Move on. That's it.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But it's a great solid rock and roll song. So
love it. Yeah, this is my top 10. And then just so we can clear up the bonus songs. Give Me the Car. Did you rank this as a banger? Well, you did.
10B. Yeah, 10B.
Good. You like this one?
Lower tier. Yeah, it's fine. But it's a lower tier B. Lower tier B. Yeah, it's 5 minutes long.
It's long, but I think it needs to be, because that last minute is just kind of like relief and fun from like all the build that has been going on the previous 4 minutes. Mm-hmm. And like lyrically, this is a fucking cool one. This is a complex kind of like one that I like to dive into because it's cool. There's a couple songs on here that I think are a little bit more. I don't know. I don't want to say deep, but a lot of like everything else is on the nose. Like what you hear is what you get here. One of the songs we talked about earlier, or you mentioned that it's problematic, which I don't think any of these songs are problematic. I think they're presented in a way that sounds like they're problematic, but they're actually not.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, yeah, because I mean, if you look at the lyrics on this specific song, they do sound kind of rapey. They sound a little much. But yeah, I mean, you could interpret that so many different ways. But on a very surface level, they could look very rapey.
And I think that's all deliberate. I think that's why this song specifically was probably left off, because it does sound very against like the punk culture, and especially like X dropping their record in 1980. I think it was 1979, 80, 81, whatever it was. And like now, like, oh, damn, girls are fucking punkers now too. So we can't drop a song that really does sound like I'm going to get you drunk and bang you. That's not okay. But that's not what this song is, because he's not. I don't think like he's being a dickhead in this song. I think he's kind of saying like, me being a dick isn't all my fault. It's just part of growing up, which is fucking 100% true. Being a victim of like your environment while also going through some serious like hormonal changes makes you an asshole. We were all assholes. I'm not excusing it. It's just you need to understand like kids growing up, especially in fucking high school, man. We've all been that asshole. And we've all had that asshole like fucked us over. Like everybody, that's a part of growing up, right? That's just like, almost like a rite of passage. Like when he says, I'm gonna pick her up, I'm gonna get her drunk, I'm gonna make her cry. Like those are real things that you did to your fucking significant other at some point in their life. Even now, it's like today, there are things that like we all do because we're not perfect, right? So there are things that we do that really piss off like our significant others or our friends or whatever it is. And the cry, not necessarily like literal, like I'm not gonna make people cry, but things I do like piss people off, and like I should have been a little more aware of my surroundings at that point. But I think the humor of this song comes from like the whiny teenage bitch ass. Like none of this will happen because his dad won't give him his fucking car. And so like the entire idea of him like, I have to grow up, I have to get this girl drunk, and I have to make her cry because at some point she's gonna make me cry and we're gonna break up. But don't worry about it because nothing will happen because you won't give me the fucking car. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's a song that's a little more complex about growing up, but the futility of it all because I can't drive your car. I think that's brilliant. That's so good.
No, it really is.
It's really so fucking cool.
But I think outside of that too, another reason why I feel like they left this song off of it was because the way he sings this whole song trudges along kind of slowly
because he sings like this.
He sings
menacing.
He sings lower. It's more aggressive, menacing. Yeah, and it doesn't fit the record at all, and it does sound a little bit more dangerous and edgy and creepy in some case. Like in 1983, putting out a song like this isn't a pop song whatsoever, so it doesn't fit on this record at all.
Especially like three fucking white dudes from Wisconsin, or Milwaukee. Wisconsin.
Yeah.
God, this song, this is a certified banger though. I think good. mostly because like the lyrical content, and when you said earlier like the problematic thing or whatever you said earlier, that this is the one like, oh yeah.
I just said there are lyrics on here that if a band or artist were to do it nowadays, they just wouldn't fly. But because this is 1983, I mean, you're going to give it a pass. If you only look at it at a surface level, you're going to give it a pass. But if you look at it deeper, he's talking. This guy's 16, 17 when he wrote these, like we said. It's just like, come on. This is how a lot of I don't want to say people think like this, but it's deeper than most people would give him credit for. I feel.
I think there's something to be said about I don't know, putting everything out there, right? And I don't like when people, especially in relationships, people say, what are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? It's like, dude, my thoughts are my own, bro. Like that's all we have, right? Like literally on this earth, all we have as humans that belong to us and nobody else are our thoughts. Yeah, like true. Our beliefs, we can project those out, but like our thoughts are like, that's all we fucking have. So to ask somebody, especially like kids, I've asked like my kids too, and I don't like doing it because for the same exact reason. But like we've thought fucked up things growing up. Like everybody has. Fuck off. Like fuck you if you haven't thought this shit. Like you're a fucking liar then. And this whole record is like this testimonial. Like I'm so fucking mad. Like I want to bang this girl. I want to make her cry. And I want to be an asshole to her, but I can't because I'm a loser. Like okay, like that's real. Like that's real thoughts from a real person. Like I don't give a shit if it's problematic or not. This is not. He never acted on these. These are just thoughts. These are just like a journal that he's writing and letting us read his journal. These are dude. This record is unreal. Unreal.
I agree. So we good with give me the car? Give me the car.
Give me the car. Yeah,
We'll go with that. All right. So my 3B, we haven't talked about it yet, but is Add It Up.
Add it up.
It sounds like you're saying or singing the Kiss song. What's the Kiss song? Was it Live It Up? What's that stupid song? That stupid Kiss
Lick It
song?
Up.
Lick It Up. Yeah.
Lick it up.
The way you're singing that sounds like Lick It Up, and that's
never,
annoying.
ever sing Lick It Up.
That's annoying.
Add Up is my 4B.
Okay. I mean, we're pretty much the same here.
Love this song.
Yeah, pretty much the same. So, upbeat song, fast, and the first 20 seconds of the song is just him singing by himself, and then everything drops in suddenly, gets quick. The bridge, super snotty, solid fucking build-ups, great electric guitar solo. He doesn't play the electric guitar a lot on this record, but when he does, it's done messy, but still appropriately. It's not just like Black Flag where Greg Ginn just fucking
goes for
noodles,
it.
And fucking goes for it.
If he can do it or he can't.
Yes, exactly. Like the way that Gordon does it on this record, it's well placed. It's messy, but it makes sense within the context of the song. And this is one of those moments because the guitar solo is actually really cool, really really cool for a folk song like this. And he just kind of wails a little bit, and the song is really cool. It's really really cool song.
That's really what it is. The song is cool, and that intro is iconic. It's for anybody that likes the Violent Femmes on just the very basic level. They probably wouldn't know this song, but anybody that's semi-familiar, they love this song. And that intro is iconic. He does it several times throughout the course of their career on various songs. Not as aggressive as this, but you will hear Gordon's grating voice. And it's funny because playing the Violent Femmes over the past week, and I subject my clients. What do you call them clients? My customers.
Your customers, yeah.
My customers at the store.
Clients.
To whatever. What is the difference between a customer and a client?
Well, a customer would be somebody who's bought into.
Just walks in.
No, a client would be somebody who I don't know. A client just seems.
I don't know.
I guess it is kind of the same thing, but a client is a fancier way of calling somebody a customer.
It really is, huh?
It really is. It's literally the exact same thing. Yeah, that's annoying.
I think people that only have customers and don't have clients should start calling them clients and not customers. And people that only have clients, not customers, should start calling them customers. It's the same fucking thing.
That would be so bad at my job if I called the people I work with customers. Oh, it would not fly.
I'm not even getting into that, but if I really want to, I'm not even going to.
It would not fly at all. But it's true though, right? It's like customers.
Yeah.
Customers are for retail, restaurants, shit like that. But clients are for finance or
service, right? If you're providing somebody a service, you would call them a client. But then how come you don't call? So this is wild. Now we're just getting into this thing that was just blowing my mind here. As a bartender, you don't call them. You call them regulars, right?
But
you're still providing. You're providing them a service. You're doing something extra for your regulars because either A, you like them, B, they tip better, C, they spend a lot of money at your establishment. Those are clients. That's no different than you taking your client out for dinner and buying them dinner because you're trying to make them invest more money or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. I think it's corporate
America.
It's corporate America using their own language to make themselves feel better about themselves.
This feels big. I feel like we're onto something here.
That's really what it is.
We got to get back to Add It Up, but I do feel like we're onto something here. This is pretty wild.
If at work, if I called any of the people I speak with customers, oof, I would get fucking chewed out.
I mean, yeah.
Oh damn.
That's good. That's funny.
But then also you calling somebody walking into your record store a client would just sound so fucking stupid.
Okay, so we're just let's harp on this because it's fun and I enjoy it. At Dave & Buster's, what made Dave & Buster's a Fortune 500 company is they don't call their customers or clients or whatever. They call them guests. And the
No,
whole
well-
concept was,
When I worked at Disneyland, my very first job, it was the same thing. You never call them anything but guests.
right,
People at Disneyland, you call them guests. You like that's it. Like there's no
you treat them as if like they're in your own house, right?
Yes.
Like
yeah.
yeah, and like that's what makes you a company that's worth billions instead of just hundreds of thousands or millions. Like Dave and Buster's is worth $1 billion.
Oh yeah.
Like the last time they got bought out, $1 billion for Dave and fucking Buster's. And that's interesting. And yeah, you call them guests, like, oh, my guest at table 7. Like, you don't know that fucking asshole. That piece of shit over there is treating you like garbage. Like, fuck that guy.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Anyway,
Dude, clients and customers.
clients and customers. Yeah, that's just stupid.
I really did like open something in me that
It makes
I
me
wanna
mad.
Explore that
It
further.
honestly,
it kind of
it
does,
really-
right?
really
It's
irritates me.
frustrating.
It really irritates me.
He's your client. No, he's a fucking customer.
a
I don't give a
customer.
shit about him as a fucking person.
Yeah.
Like, I want his fucking money. I want him to do something that makes me money. I don't give a fuck what he does otherwise.
Yeah.
Or her.
Yeah. No, seriously. Yeah, it's like I'm not gonna go more out of the way to get them to join our company than you are to have them buy a fucking record from your store.
Yeah.
You know
Unless
what I
it
mean?
unless it makes me more money, which means I don't give a shit about you as a person. I just
Exactly.
only care about your money.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. It's just a fancier client is a fancier way of saying customer, and that's obnoxious.
It's
That's
the white collar version of the blue collar customer.
Oh, I hate that. I hate it so much.
That is true.
Um,
Add it up. Add it up. Dude, there's so many verses here, right? There's my favorite verse is the 8th verse, but there's so many verses here, but they're all different. They're not all the fucking exactly the same, right? Even just the way he rhymes things, they're not all the same. They're fresh. They're kind of, I don't want to say they're super unique, but they've got a little bit of difference to them. And like, for instance, like I had said, my favorite verse is the 8th verse. The words to memorize, words hypnotize, words make my mouth exercise.
That's good.
I like the way he rhymes there. It's almost like hip hop esque in the early '80s, but it's just so fucking white kid from Milwaukee sounding. But the dude owns it, and the dude owns this entire song. He has full conviction for not just this, but every song on this album. But god damn, this is good. And there's so much noise going on for just 3 dudes. Like Victor writing that fucking snare to the absolute fullest, doing whatever he can just to make as much noise as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, what a banger.
Just, I mean, once again, I mean, so like you said, 8 verses. This is straight up just him storytelling. I mean, folk music. That's really what folk music is. It's telling a story and telling it well, hopefully, and that's what he does here. Yeah, in a very naive young boy way, because it's very much in the like, I just want to have sex. You know, every 15, 16-year-old boy wants that. I just want to fucking have sex. Sex. That's all you think about. And then you don't like being told what to do. Your teachers, your parents, friends, like, no, you don't like anybody. You're just anti everything. And just you're frustrated, pissed off all the time. Fucking hormones are raging. It's all stupid.
See, I do think that's exactly what this is about. But the added up part is, I think, so I think if I summed it down here in like 4 lines, I said guy likes girl and wants to bang. Girl dances around the deed but strings him along regardless. Guy gives ultimatum, bone or bail. Girl adds it up, like the value of either tossing him a bone or losing him entirely. And I think that's where the added up part comes into play. And the added up is just like the ultimate frustration. And like, again, we've all been in situations where like you hang out with somebody thinking like they think something different because God forbid we open our fucking mouths, right? When we're late teens and early 20s, even until today, whatever. Like, God forbid people just open their fucking mouths and tell you exactly what they want from you, what they expect. And that's just crazy, man. Like the amount of times like so many problems just could have been like completely diverted if you just opened your mouth and said like how you feel, what you want, what your expectations are. But you throw all that in with like teenage hormones, like forget about it. Dude, kids have no chance.
I know.
No chance.
Yeah, it's true.
Good times.
Yeah, also
being a teenager was like the best and like the worst thing that fucking ever exists.
Oh, totally. Yeah. Like some extremely low times, but also some of like the highest times ever.
Because you can make the most grave mistake of all time, but looking back and like, wasn't a big
I mean,
deal.
it was nothing. Yeah, it means nothing in the
not a big
context
deal.
of life. Yeah,
But like, my God, it was literally life and death.
yeah. Especially when it came to like a girl. At least for me, it was just like,
Life and
dude,
death.
with a girl, it's like you say, like all you're thinking about for like a week is like, what am I gonna say to this girl? What am I gonna do with this girl? And then you just really fuck it up. But then you look back and you're like, but then you look back on it 10 years later and you're like, that really wasn't that bad. Like I've
It's
been way
not.
worse since then. Yeah, it's
And
just
like, God forbid, like, again, with the whole, like, if I just opened my mouth and communicated my needs, my wants, my desires, my thoughts, this all could have been averted. And I don't
Yeah.
like why as a species do we have to withhold? But I guess that goes back to my thing where I said, like, my thoughts are our own. That's the only thing we actually have that doesn't belong to anybody else.
yeah.
So maybe that's why, like, we don't want to like give everything out there. The fuck do I know? I'm not
What do
I'm
we
not
know?
Dr. Melfi over here.
That's true. You're not. All right. So yeah, add it up. It's also a really long song. It's almost 5 minutes long. One of the longer songs on the record. But it never gets old. Never gets boring. It just builds on itself. And like like we talked about, 8 verses. How many songs have 8 verses outside of a hip hop song? None.
There's more than 8 verses. The 8th verse is my favorite verse. There's like, I think
Oh,
there's
is there
10
more
or
than
11 verses. Yeah, there's like
Oh,
10 or
you're
11
right, yeah.
verses. 8 is my favorite.
I think there's 12. Yeah.
That's a lot of verses. But like that's folk music. Just keep telling
Yeah.
that story, verse after verse after verse. If there's a chorus, fine. If not, then just keep fucking talking. It's a long poem.
Do we have anything else with add it up or what do you think?
Add it up. Nope, that's it.
All right. So let's look into a few other songs here. We did. Actually,
You
done a lot.
you wanted to talk about the artwork.
I did want to talk about the artwork. So yeah, this was it was a little girl. I think she was like 4 or 5 years old at the time, and I forgot her name right now. But they
Doesn't
saw
really
her.
matter.
They saw her walking with her mom through Hollywood, and they're like, "Oh, we're." This photographer said, "Oh, I'm taking pictures for this band," and they ended up going to this like random house in Laurel Canyon, and they kept telling her, "Oh, there's animals inside that
Infamous.
house." Yeah, no, that's a whole another rabbit hole. But they're like, "Oh yeah," they kept telling her, "Oh, there's animals in that house. You know, look inside." You know, and he kept taking pictures and all that kind of stuff. And then the girl, you know, as an adult, she said, "Yeah, I was really mad. I was really pissed as a kid because they all lied to me. There was no animals in the house." And they paid the mom or the parents $100 for the photo. But honestly, I didn't even know it was a photo. I thought it was a painting.
It did look like a painting.
Right? Like,
also,
until this
like,
week, I never thought it was a picture, a photo.
maybe like my memories is different than other people's, but like, do you remember shit when you were like 3 or 4 years old? And like, oh, I remember the one time I was
do
3 or 4
remember-
years old, and they were telling me there's animals. Like, bitch, you don't fucking know this stuff. Get the fuck out of here.
I think I would remember something like this. I do remember
No,
a
you
lot.
wouldn't.
I do remember a lot when I was like 4 or 5 years old.
No, you don't.
I do.
Honestly, this
I
is what we
do.
talked about. Remember? Didn't we talk about this at your house? How like my
No.
memory is going bad? Yeah, because I don't remember a lot of things.
Oh yeah, we did because we were talking about we got on when we were in Europe. We were talking about that, and then we were talking about our memory prior to that. Yeah,
Yeah, I just don't remember like a lot of things outside of just specific big events. Yeah, maybe my memory is just not good.
But anyway, that's the story behind the artwork of this record. Other songs though, you know, so we talked about Kiss Off, Blister, Add It Up, Ugly, Gone Daddy Gone, Give Me the Car. Do we want to talk about anything else? Or
No, you know,
I mean,
no, not
there
really.
there are a couple songs. I think it's Promise, I believe, that just sounds like, dude, this is just Kiss Off. This is literally the main riff, the main part of Promise is just the riff that's played during the breakdown of Kiss Off. That's really what that entire song is, or most of that song is, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, no, not Confessions. Fuck, what is it? Prove My Love. Prove My Love.
Prove
That's
My
what it is.
Love.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But also, chorus, great. Those backup vocals, very Beach Boys. Really, really dig that. But otherwise, yeah, it's a lower tier B for me. But I did want to bring that up. he's already reusing chord, like a lot of songs, chord progressions that he's already done.
It's not like entirely fair, because when you have just such a stripped down sound to where it's just literally four things, right? Just bass, drums, guitar, vocals, and there's no distortion on anything, and there's no effects, and they're not doing anything crazy. So you really do hear those chord progressions more than you would on like a Blink song. So by saying like they're reusing chord progressions, it's just that's like everyone does.
Yeah,
but
true.
You can really hear it here because there's nothing else going on.
True. Also, he wrote these songs when he was 17 years old. So we really, I say that, I've been saying that so much because you really have to take that into consideration on so many levels. On a positive level, on a negative level. The guy was 16, 17 years old when he wrote these songs, which is, it still kind of blows my mind because some of these songs are truly incredible.
And even like lyrically, like what he's writing at 17 years old is, and like I said earlier, it's this is like him writing in his diary and then showing us what's in his diary. It's extremely personal, and it's not bad, it's not good. It's just very telling of somebody who's in their teens and going through the same shit we all did.
Mm-hmm.
Unless y'all are robots, I'm the only fucking person that does it. I don't know. It's possible.
All right, so let's wrap it up. Let's give our final thoughts on this. Rate the record based off of our world-famous 3-point rating system, where 3 is a perfect album, 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to, 1 is a bad album to give it a shot, and 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. So what do you got? Go.
I'm a big folk guy. I love folk music. I love Americana music. I love old country. I love just hearing like where our country started. I think the USA is where our country started as far as like music is concerned, like where we took inspiration from, like where we went from there, good or bad. A lot of it bad, but there's still a lot of like really, really good stuff that has come out because of the bad that we took from. But this is what I want. I want to hear like a guy that fucking loves Americana. I want to hear a band that really wants to just dumb it down and be like Woody Guthrie and want to sing about the Dust Bowl, but instead we're talking about teenage angst, and I've nothing against that because it's both meaningful in different ways, and I love this. I don't think this is a perfect record because it's very tough to make any folk record outside of Bob Dylan that's going to be perfect, because it's just the same shit over and over.
Sure,
so
about
if you're not, I'm positive about that, baby girl. So I'm going to give this I'm going to give this high marks. It's not going to be a 3, but it's going to get high marks.
Okay.
I feel like Hollowed Ground, I'd probably, like I said earlier, probably in the 2.2 range. Birds, I'd probably do like 3.9, 3.9, 3.25. I'd probably do Birds at like a 2.8, because I think Birds does the folk thing better than this one does. But I still do this. Are you doing coke over there? You keep sniffing up over there. You're just taking all the air. But I do this.
Booger sugar.
I give this like a 2.7. I do like a 2.7.
Not bad.
I do 2.75. 2.75.
Okay.
2.75.
Not bad.
That's what I got.
All right. So yeah, my wrap up, my final thoughts on this one. I've liked this record since I first heard it back in the early mid 2000s. It hasn't always been my style of music. I don't really like folk music that much. I like more, aggressive, faster, heavier music. But as time has gone on, I've learned to appreciate and love softer music, quieter music, more songwriters in general. And this record's just gotten better. And this week, listening to it several times, I really, really appreciate this record, and especially lyrics, because we're not, outside of doing the podcast, we're not really lyric men. We don't dive into lyrics.
True.
Like we never.
I never do.
unless we do something on the podcast, I'm never going to read the lyrics. I will never read the lyrics. I will never listen to the lyrics. The lyrics are the least important thing to me, and you as well. But in this context, reading this, it makes me love this. I might like this record way more. I do want to get into Hollow Ground eventually at one point. I want to get into lyrics on that one as well, because I think it should be interesting. But in the end, this self-titled record, all things considered, this guy was so young when he wrote this record. Lyrics, melodies, all that kind of shit. It's fucking wild, truly incredible. And I don't know. With that, this record's fucking killer, man. I'll give this it's really killer. Okay, let me just say, it's really killer. It's not really my style of music. So with that, I'll give it a 2.5. 2.5 out of 3. 2.5 out of 3. Hollowed Ground, like I mentioned, the other Violent Femmes record, at this point I give that record like a 2.8. That could eventually become a 3. But yeah, I think I'm only ranking this a 2.5 as low as it is because it's just not my normal cup of tea. So yeah, anyway, 2.5 out of 3. You gave it 2.75 out of 3. Not bad at all.
Those are good marks.
See?
See?
I don't give out perfect 3 out of 3s.
That is true.
I don't.
First time in weeks. First time for anything, I guess.
I don't. I didn't give the Stooges a 3 out of 3. I didn't give Californication a 3 out of 3. Get the fuck out of here.
Are you sure you didn't give Californication 3 out of 3?
I think you give it a 2.75. Pretty sure I did. I'm not sure.
So you're not 100% sure.
But I'm pretty sure.
But Primus was a 3. System of a Down was a 3.
Of course. That's just silly boy talk.
Yeah.
The fuck out of here.
Turns out 3. Vandals a 3.
Of course.
Puddle of Mud you gave 3. Mafia a 3. That's all you fucking do.
Jesus Christ. All right. So, that's all we have for this episode. Thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, as the kids say. And that's it. That's all.